friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. Unless you've been living under a rock for the last couple of days, then you know about Sabrina Carpenter's newest album, Man Best Friend. It just came out on Friday and I've been listening to it nonstop. So I thought today I would compile a list of one book for every song on the track list based off of the vibes of the song or maybe just a specific lyric, which is 12 recommendations. This took me a little bit longer than I thought it was, just because a lot of these songs on here are kind of like post-breakup songs, and you know, romance books are more on the like happily ever after side, but I do think I have some really great recs for you today. So if you're a Sabrina Carpenter fan like me, I'm also wearing my Sabrina shirt today, but if you're a Sabrina Carpenter fan like me, or you just love music and you're also obsessed with the new album like me, then sit back, relax, and enjoy these book recs. So the first song on the track list is Man Child, which we have been listening to all summer. We already know the vibes of this song. There were a lot of books in this category that I could go down. I actually have like a little like short on my page about like men, children, and books. But for today's video specifically, I picked We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han, just because of the hype right now around the series as a whole, specifically the TV show. But if you haven't read the books, I feel like this is definitely your sign to read the books. They're not like exactly like the TV shows, but I do think that the TV shows do them justice. Obviously, our man child in this case scenario is Jeremiah Fisher. If you have been watching and keeping up with the TV show, you know that going up into his wedding, he is probably the biggest man child. And we kind of see that he is much more like his father than he is like his mother. And so for that, I just think he's like a huge man child. If you've seen the show, you know, like he is just the epitome of like, what the fuck. Okay, the second song on the track list is Tears, and this song is really just all about being attracted to a man that is just respectful for you. It's basically a song about how fucking low the bar is. For this song, I picked Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. If you haven't read this book, then you must know going into it that Justin is the most, what is it called? Acts of service king out there ever. He is just one of my favorite book boyfriends. He is just always going out of his way to be nice. Like, I don't know. So I feel like that works perfect for the song because it says, being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to do. Tears run down my thighs. So I don't know. I just think Justin is the epitome of the most like respectful, acts of service, golden retriever boy. So yeah, third track on this album is called My Man on Willpower, and this song is about knowing a different version of your significant other, and then he goes and he has his eye on a different prize, like bettering himself or whatever, and he's just a whole different person. He kind of disregards you to like work on himself, I guess. That's what I got from it. I specifically took inspiration from, he's on his big journey to find a little zest of life, a new sense of purpose, but why? I'm right here, I'm waving, the joke can be over now, you're so silly, baby. So for that, I picked The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I just feel like this is perfect. She goes on to sing, my man on his willpower is something I don't understand. He fell in love with self-restraint and now it's getting out of hand. He used to be literally obsessed with me. I'm suddenly the least sought after girl in the land. This is a prequel book to the original Hunger Games trilogy, and it's going in depth of like Snow's villain arc story, I guess, really, to be honest. At first, he's really obsessed and in love with Lucy Greybeard, who is drawn in the Reaping to be in the Hunger Games. He is from the districts, or he is from the capital, so obviously there's already so much going on there, and eventually we kind of just watch him switch and he kind of becomes the Snow that we really know today. So I felt like that was perfect because his willpower changes to, you know, domination and riches, greed, and I felt like that was perfect for my man on willpower. Alrighty, the fourth song on the track list is called Sugar Talking. And this song is really just like a song about
the movie is like, it feels like a movie.
A woman who deserves better from a man. Like, he is saying all these things, but they're not measuring up to anything. For that song, I picked A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the second book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Some of the lyrics that I took inspiration for to pick this book was, you're having these epiphanies, big word for a real small mind, and aren't you tired of saying a whole lot of nothing? Put your lovin' where your mouth is, your sugar talking isn't working tonight. Say you're a big changed man, I doubt it. Yeah, your paragraphs mean shit to me, get your sorry ass to mine. So I felt like this just encapsulated a specific character in this book. I don't want to go too far into it. This was the song that I was having the most troubles with, and I didn't necessarily want to pick a book, a part of a series, especially if it's not the first book, but I felt like it literally matched so perfectly with a specific character in this book. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I guess this is your sign to read and or continue the series if you read the first one and you didn't love it, because this one is a fan favorite and I feel like it really does what happens in the first one justice. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to tell you who is the sugar talker, I guess, in this book. If you've read it, you definitely know immediately. If you haven't, then I don't want to spoil it for you because you may or may not know. Alrighty, the fifth song on the track list is called We Almost Broke Up Again Last Night, and I immediately picked Magnolia Parks for this recommendation. This book is a very toxic Gossip Girl-esque vibe book. The main characters in this book are very on again, off again. This book definitely encapsulates what the song is getting at. It's just a song about breaking up and getting back together again and false alarms and just this cycle of toxicity. So in the song, Sabrina says, bullshit repeats itself. Is that how the saying goes? Been here 1,000 times, selective memory though. Called it a false alarm to all of our friends, then we almost broke up again last night. Magnolia and BJ have their fair shares of ups and downs in this book. If you are looking for like a toxic book, like miscommunication, this is it. And before you say, why would anyone want that? Just give it a try, because I love Magnolia Parks. I didn't ever think it would be for me either, just because that sounds like a shit show, to be honest. But in the end, it's very worth it. And as you continue on in the series, you really do kind of grow a soft spot for these characters and the things that they do. Then the sixth song on the track list is called Nobody's Son. And my takeaway from this song is just kind of being maybe like a hopeless romantic, but kind of accepting that there is no one out there for you to like meet your standards, or like you're just kind of like done with love kind of like thing. So for that, I recommend Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is my most recent Emily Henry read and I loved it so much. Our female main character in this is named Nora, and she is a literary agent. So she already knows all the tropes and she sees them in her everyday life. Like, for example, like your best friend falling in love with your boyfriend and their soulmates, like that kind of thing. She is a very like Debbie Downer, I guess, when it comes to relationships and dating. She sees it all and she is just not interested. And in the song, Sabrina literally says, probably should have guessed, he's like the rest, so fine and so deceiving. There's nobody's son, not anyone left for me to believe in, which literally perfectly encapsulates the beginning of this book. Nora is quite literally the opposite of a hopeless romantic, because it's kind of her job to be a hopeless romantic, but she knows and can identify romantic tropes, and she just does not believe that there's anyone out there for her. The seventh song on Man's Best Friend is called Never Getting Laid, and I feel like this is just a very like fuck you to your ex song. In the song, Sabrina goes back and forth between like, you're cool, like I love you, but also like fuck you. She says, wish you a lifetime full of happiness and a forever of never getting laid. And she also says, baby, I'm not angry, I love you just the same, I just hope you get agoraphobia someday. So I felt like this song is just like getting a comeuppance on your ex, like seeing your ex get the karma that they deserve. So for that song, I picked The Right Move by Liz Tomford. In this book, we meet Indy, who has just gotten broken up with by her ex-boyfriend, and she starts dating a very popular basketball player in Chicago. He's like one of the best. His name is Ryan, and the specific part that I feel like aligns with the song is when her ex comes up to Ryan asking for an autograph on his jersey because he's wearing Ryan's jersey, and Ryan is like, fuck you, fuck no. I just feel like that is the perfect match to the song. Just like your ex getting the karma they receive and like getting to watch that comeuppance happen in real time is like, there's nothing better than it. And I feel like that is just the most like, I don't know, it's making me giddy thinking about it. It's like just the most like fuck you gesture ever. The fact that her ex was wearing her boyfriend's jersey, that is the biggest serve of karma ever. Like she literally ate that up, and it's so good. The 8th song is called When Did You Get Hot? And this is honestly one of my favorite songs on the album. Obviously, this song is pretty much what it sounds like it's about. It's about like not noticing a guy until they get hot and you're like, fuck, sorry I didn't see the vision. She says, when did you get hot all of a sudden? I could look you up and down all day. She also says, you were an ugly kid, but you're a sexy man. And for that, I picked Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This is a brother's best friend book. So our female main character, Emmy, lives on a ranch with her family, and her brother has a best friend named Luke. And obviously they spent all this time together as little kids, and they kind of used to despise each other a little bit. But when she comes back to town, she notices him and she's like, holy shit, he's hot. You know what I mean? Like, he's a hot ass cowboy. Like, when did this happen? I feel like brother's best friend trope is just perfect for this song in general, because it's like when you're a kid and you are around your brother's best friends, you kind of like think that they're gross and like you never see them that way. But then in this book, when she grows up, she starts seeing him that way, obviously. The 9th song on the track list is called Go Go Juice. And this song is really about like calling someone drunk, like being so heartbroken, you get so drunk and then you just call that person. I had a hard time with this book. I know I have read millions of books that have a drunk confession. I just could not find them or remember them. But one that came to mind was Out on a Limb by Hannah Bottom Young. The female main character and the male main character are at a Halloween party, and they are just pretty tipsy. They're drunk on that punch. And our female main character, Wynn, gets kind of confident, and she strikes up the deal to go upstairs with our male main character named Beau and have a one-night stand. Because of her liquid courage that night, she ends up pregnant with her one-night stand. Our 10th song on the album is called Don't Worry, I'll Make You Worry. And in this song, Sabrina says, you think that I'm gonna fuck with your head? Well, you're absolutely right. I'll make you worry like no other girl can. Silent treatment and humbling your ass. So don't worry, I'll make you worry like no other girl can. And for this book, I immediately thought of Nesta in A Court of Silver Flames. I am a Nesta girl through and through, and I feel like she is just the epitome of like she's gonna be a great girlfriend, but she's also gonna make you worry and she's gonna make you sweat. And I feel like there are just so many lyrics in the song that kind of encapsulated Nesta and her relationship with Cassian. Like, they're not toxic, but I just feel like Nesta has such a hard shell that she doesn't mean to make Cassian feel this way, but she just does because she's such a hard person. Later on, she goes to say, but on the 40-minute drive home, you're internalizing my jokes, and your mother even agrees. Emotional lottery is all you'll ever get with me. Nessa is obviously a very emotional lottery, but when she says like, you're internalizing my jokes, like there's still something there, and she's not necessarily meaning to do these things. She's just emotional, and Cassian kind of gets that, but she's still gonna humble you, and she's still gonna like kind of be a mean bitch, but she's just also perfect. I love Vanessa. Our 11th song, and my most favorite song on the album, is called House Tour. And this is just such 80s pop song. I love it so, so much. This whole song is really just one big innuendo. And she says, I'm pleasured to be your hot tour guide. And for the immediately, like genuinely immediately, Swift and Saddled. I don't have the physical book with me because I read it on my Kindle, but Swift and Saddled, also from the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I'm obsessed with this series right now. And you're probably wondering, well, why immediately? Like, this is a cowboy romance, what do you mean? But in this book, we have our female main character, Ada, who is hired by Wes to help him kind of remodel this older home on their property on the ranch. So she is like an interior designer. She is there to help him fix his childhood home that ends up becoming his. And like, I think that's perfect. Like, she's gonna give him the fucking house tour afterwards, and she does indeed give him the house tour. If you know, you know. If you haven't read it, you should read it. She gives him both house tours. Guys, our fun is coming to an end because we are on our 12th and final track called Goodbye. This song is also just a like fuck your ex song. Like, literally, it's just like goodbye, fuck you. And in the song, she says, broke my heart on Saturday, guess overnight your feelings changed. Goodbye means that you're losing me for life. Can't call it love, then call it quits. Can't shoot me down, then shoot the shit. And that perfectly encapsulates Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is probably one of my favorite books of all time. And in this book, we follow Daphne, who has just gotten broken up with by her fiance, who gets with his childhood best friend. And eventually, a little bit later down the line, he tries to come back and is like, you know what? I made a huge mistake on the night before our wedding day. I low-key want you back. And she's like, nah, goodbye, sayonara, adios, ta-ta. I also feel like it's perfect, like, fuck you to your ex, because our male main character, Miles, and stay with me here because this is gonna get tricky. Our male main character, Miles, is who Daphne ends up with, but Miles was dating the girl that Daphne's former fiance got with. Like the childhood best friend that I was mentioning earlier. Alrighty guys, that is the end of our fun. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I love all things music and I love reading. I love doing both at the same time. So if you do pick up any of these books, I do recommend listening to that song at least once while you are reading the book, because it's just a crazy experience. I had so much fun preparing for this video and filming this video. If you have any other recommendations that I may have skipped for a song in this video, let me know down below, because this was hard. This is a little bit hard for me. I'm telling you, some of these songs were really hard for me to get through, but I did it. I'm also really dying to know what your favorite song on the album is and what your least favorite song on the album is. I just need to know, and I'll tell you mine because you asked. If I had to pick one, my favorite song would be House Tour and my least favorite would be Tears. But let me know yours down below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.